The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the April 19th, the magical, marvelous, magnificent Monday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Hey, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. We do not make that one little 2x4 shift. It means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We're going to go figure out what the bulls and bears, what the buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But more important than that, that's this. During this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, hey, we've got you covered there too. Go ahead, shoot me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question, and in our Tiger's Den, well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on magnificent, magical, marvelous Monday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to Les Show. Right now, we've got all the indices trading lower with the exception of the volatility index, which is up 11% or $1.82. The Dow's off 177, S&P 28, Russell 36, NASDAQ 100, 171, semis off 99. They're the big loser, down 3%. Let's just simply go click over to the this set of charts here. Let's go look at, well, let's do this first. Here are our 4 daily equity future contracts. We can see, start with the very left-hand side. You've got the ES Mini on Friday. It hit the 1.272 expansion level of its A to B equals CD to the upside. As we speak right now for the ES Mini, we've got a bear sash candle. That is a bearish reversal candle. That's the first element in being able to identify a top, no matter what time frame it is, no matter what instrument, in the A to B equals CD folklore language out here. But that's not the only thing to identify a top. Remember, the key thing, and it may be, but it hasn't proven itself. In order to prove itself that it's a top of any kind of significance, levels of support must fail. Well, in the ES Mini, as you take a look at the TAS market profile level of support, that's at 41.31. Not unless price closes below that will there be any kind of confirmation that there's a change in trend. So you got the signal, absolutely. We're going to take a look at another set of charts and take a look at the oscillator and change lines to see where price is trading in relationship to those, because that would be another level to be watching. Inside the NQ, we can see this has made the 1 to 1.272, A to B equals CD. As we speak right now, you've got a bearish engulfing or Three River Evening Star actually between these 3 candle sessions here, today's Fridays and Thursdays. So there's your Three River Evening Star candle formation. Price is back inside his profile, but hey, if it closes above 13,884 from a profile standpoint, no damage done. Just a old test of resistance that would be suggesting it has become support. In the case of the Dow Equity Future Contract, it's not anywhere near done completing its A to B equals CD pattern, the same ones that we have and can show here for the ES and the NQ. It does have a bear sash candle, so that's a bearish reversal candle, but you can see prices well above its profile support, which is 33,504. Now, that's a pretty big move considering we're at 33,896 to wait if you were going to try the short side, but it hasn't confirmed any kind of change in trend signal. The Russell 2000 is just simply trading within its profile levels, daily profile levels, but really between its rising and falling descent lines out here. So it's just more of a sideways, very choppy, ugly. Is it the weakest of these 4? Absolutely. But is it so weak that it's really that weak? I don't know. So from this, What are we going to pay? Well, you know what? I said we'd go take a look at the charts here, the 4 equity future contracts, but a different view of them. So let's get over to that screen as I navigate. So here you're going to see the daily time frame, ES, NQ, Dow, Russell 2000. Notice on the ES Mini, how the pullback has only been a test of that oscillator and change line. The oscillator and change line right now is about 41.40. It'll shift up and down depending on how price moves, but another key level of support that has not failed. If you take a look at the NQ, although price did get back inside its profile, take a look at this. It's still above that green oscillator and change line. Folks, when that line is green, it tells you have a price oscillator that's above zero. That is a bullish condition. When you have price above the green line, it tells you have a rising price oscillator above zero. That's even more of a bullish signal. Not that the signals can't change. What I'm sharing with you is at 1:11 in the afternoon, exactly what is the market communicating to us. You can take a look at it and take it for what it's worth. In the case of the Dow here is below, slightly below that oscillator and change line. You can see today is likely to become bar number 8 of a TD9 count pattern, but the TD9 count pattern is not effectuated unless we see a spike above Friday's high inside the Dow. So no topping signal just yet, but if price does close below its oscillator and change line, it would suggest the Dow could be getting ready to pull back to the top of that daily profile. 33,504 would be its target. Russell 2000 showing that it's just been consolidating or hovering around the oscillator and change line, which is green. It's just this little sideways move out here. So even though it's weak, don't go crazy that it's that weak. It's just a little sideways move out here. That's really not very weak at all. So that's what's going on there. Perhaps the indice or the equity future contract to watch for any kind of signals, perhaps for tomorrow, perhaps for this afternoon, would be, let me pull this 30-minute chart here for the Dow. And the Dow has been the leader to the upside, and we can see on its move back. Now, the Dow generated a nice evening star, a Rhodes momentum in the evening star pattern going into the close on Friday. We open up, we gap down just a bit, we just kind of trade sideways, and finally price this morning at about 11 o'clock, 11:30, gets down and tests its breakout area. 33,884. Now, this is a 30-minute time frame chart. If there is going to be a change in trend, the change in trend must take place on the intraday time frame charts first. So if we go take a look, if we were to take a look at the NQ, price had gotten down below its breakout level, the same thing in the ES, and we know the Russell 2000, just by the way it's trading, most certainly did. So it's going to be the Dow out here that could be the trigger with regard to a market that moves lower or not. So what you're going to want to watch, you can see here, we don't have any kind of bottoming signal. However, when price pulls back to the breakout level, that can be a bottom too, and that is what has occurred thus far. The level to watch there is going to be 33,884. And I think that's probably the Dow is one of the charts to give you a signal. Now, the other thing that we are taking a look at, that we're watching, that we're going to watch certainly into the end of the day, is the spot volatility index. Right now, its one-day rate of change is just above 10%. It's at 10.71. That's my bottom panel of the screen out there. The top panel is the S&P 500, and it has blue and green arrows. Blue arrows represent days where the spot volatility index has a one-day rate of change greater than 10%. What we typically see is a bounce or a bottom. Now, this is just day one coming off of Friday's high. Nonetheless, the pattern works the same way, nearly all the time. Not all the time. Still haven't found the all the time pattern. You can't see the chart. That's the nice stick. Here it is, right here. There's that chart. We'll be right back.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today.
Hey there, I'm Andy Arbertine with Tiger Precious Metals and Stones. Whether you're looking to buy and sell precious metals or trying to find the perfect diamond ring, I'm here to help. I have over 15 years of experience with diamonds and precious metals. You can call me directly at 727-329-8245, and I will personally answer any questions you have and help you find exactly what you're looking for. I will be your personal concierge in the metal and stone business. Give me a call today, 727-329-8245.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow off 163, S&P 24. Let's get to a couple of questions that have come in, 2 by email, 1 in the Tiger's Den. The first one by email coming in from Mike H. in New Hampshire. Mike wants to take a look at the ticker symbols HJEN. It's a direction share hydrogen ETF. So first thing, Mike, is we have such little data out here, and I'll do my best for you, but the reality is we have such little data here, kind of hard to determine any real pattern or patterns. But I'm going to answer your question. Your first question is today bar 9 of a TD9 count on the daily chart? Let's open up the daily chart. And the answer to your question is yes, it is. It's both it should be. It's going to be bar number 9. Now remember, the bottom, if a TD9 count forms, and it is a bottom, that low can come on the bar following bar number 9. You can also see here price is stretched. It's moving lower with less relative energy. It's generated that Rhodes momentum indicator signal out here. And what I would do if you're looking for a long trade in this, with the limited information with the TD9 count, and because you've got an RMI signal triggered here, wait for a bullish reversal candle. Absolutely do that. No reason for us to go to the 30-minute time frame because that's not going to give us any kind of an entry point at this stage of the game. Your other questions are, well, you're saying this is the ETF. Your top 2 holdings are Fuel Cell and Plug. Let's go take a look at Plug. Fuel Cell, they've both been around for a while. So let's just type this in here, PLUG. And so there's going to be more information, at least with regard to these instruments that make up this ETF. So let's go take a look at it. So in the case of Plug, and you're saying these are – you're just saying these are 2 holdings, not necessarily the 2 top-weighted holdings. But I can share with you, Plug does not have, even though today will be bar number 9, so thus far it's not a TD9 count bottom because so far the low is on bar number 7. So that says wait till tomorrow to see if it would give you that kind of a signal on the daily time frame. That's on Plug. Let's see what Fuel Cell, FCEL, is. So I think you're looking in the right place. But wait for the market to prove itself. You'd like the ETF to give you that confirmation, and then you could take a look at the strong instruments. Now, in the case of fuel cell, today will become, or it appears it will become, an active TD9 count bottom. Not too far below its breakout support at 1013. There's another breakout level at 790. So, yeah, I see what you're looking at. Fuel cell really needs to close above 1062 right now to prove the point to you. So what do? Wait for the ETF. Wait for that ETF to bottom. That was the HJEN one. That would certainly be a way to take a look at. But hopefully I've answered your questions. And best regards. Thanks so much for writing in. The next question coming in from Rob V. And Rob wants to take a look at OPTT. Let's get that up on the screen here. That is Ocean Power Technologies. Rob's question, do you see any potential? Can you analyze this one for me? Appreciate it. Absolutely. So as we take a look at this right now, just with regard to the market profiles, what this is suggesting to us is that price is likely headed for $1.83 or 226. That's just based upon the weekly profile information. But let's go take a look at my other chart, just see if there's anything else out here. So today is going to be a TD9 count. Will it be a TD9 count bottom? Again, that low could come tomorrow. 236 is a level that you'd like to see price hold. You're at 226 right now, 10 cents below. But your question was, do we see any potential? And the answer there is yes. So how would you play it? If this were to form a bottom, and you see the 30-minute chart right now is in Rhodes momentum indicator mode, which has been triggered. Oh, that's a bummer. To really see a confirmed bottom out here, price would have to close above 267. So that's too much. That's too much room to give it. I'd still wait. At least let price get into 234. You're 227. Daily wise, yeah, the answer to your question is yes, there's potential. So here's the weekly time frame. Let's see what the weekly communicates to us. So the weekly is saying, hey, I like the 170 to 183 level out there. So be patient here because we don't know if that's what the outcome is going to be. What's the monthly say? Monthly's not helpful. At least give it another day. See if you get a lower low tomorrow on the bar following bar number 9. And then come back to the 30-minute chart and find some conviction behind the reason that you would step into the long trade out there. And if you can do that and you can find that, that's about the best that you can do, Rob. So I hope that helps you out with regard to Ocean Power Technologies. That ticker symbol, again, is OPTT. Inside our Tiger's Den, we've got a couple of questions. One is... where was that? TGB. Now, my apology. I don't know who asked for TGB. It doesn't matter. It's past my screen. I think it's past my screen. But if we take a look at TGB, that is Taseko Mines. Right now, trade out at $1.93. About the daily, weekly, and monthly profile. So automatically, this is in bullish mode out here from a profile perspective. From the daily and weekly time frame chart, what do we see out here? Nothing that changes that view. Suggests that price is headed back to its recent high. The recent high back in September. September, what are you talking about, Steve? February. And the price level about 209. It's at $1.93 right now. So I don't see anything negative here. If I look at the weekly time frame chart, nothing negative here. Quite the opposite. See how that oscillator and change line there? See how price has been riding it? Yeah, those intraday spikes get down and test it. Those are just the screaming memes out there. It's really the candle, the body of the candle, that is the true essence of price out here. 30-minute chart, 30-minute chart shows a bit of a pullback, a retracement. This should be at support right now at the $1.93 type level. But TGB looks bullish. Looks like it wants to continue to move higher. So I hope that helps you out. Ruby would like to take a look at your short but needing area to place a buy stop. Thank you. Okay. So Ruby, what time frame do you typically use, if I can ask, for your Russell 2000 type trades out there? In the meantime, while that's going on, what I'm going to do is try to switch over to, I'm not going to try, I am going to switch over to another screen, and 15 minutes. Okay, so I've got the 15 minute, perfect. So what we're going to do here, let me get it at least start fired up. And then we'll change the screens out here. And we're going to look at a 15-minute and other time frames for you. I wanted to make sure that I at least had your time frame and that we evaluate that first. So the Russell 2000, right now these screens are still populating. Just ignore the monthly charts, which I've got set up to corn right now. The daily got connected to these intraday time frames. So you're seeing those shift. So on a 15-minute basis, I'm just going to expand this chart for you, Ruby. And if you were using a 15-minute basis to identify whether or not the Russell 2000 has bottomed for this time frame, you would have come back with an answer of yes. Now, you would have come back with an answer of yes at 11 o'clock because this formed one of those seventh wave moves that got out here, Basil Chapman, courtesy of the Chapman wave, but this is not the Chapman wave. And then what we got right out here at 1 o'clock as we came on the air was a confirmed Rhodes momentum indicator bottom. So your 15-minute chart is telling you that that this is attempting to form a bottom. Now, from a profile standpoint, this is a little strange out here. It's not strange in that there's not a center. It's strange in that this is a wide profile. Look at this, Ruby. This profile runs from 2216 to 2246 for a 15-minute time frame. That's big, but this is suggesting the bottom is attempting to form. So that's for that time frame. Let's step it up a notch. Let's go to a 30-minute time frame. For each time frame, we're going to get a different message out here. On the 30-minute time frame, I'll be right back, and we'll see that. We'll talk about that when we get back from the break.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. The printing presses are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The U.S. deficit has risen 200% in 1 year with no end in sight. The markets are looking for an additional stimulus bill to get us through this once-in-a-generation pandemic. There is no free lunch, folks. The more stimulus dollars put into the marketplace, the less your dollar is worth each and every day. This is the time to protect yourself with a portion of your portfolio in the metal market. The Gold Report comes out each Monday morning. I bisect and dissect the dollar, silver, gold, the XAU, and the HUI. The Gold Report is a long-term hedge against the dilution of your buying power. The U.S. has put more than $6 trillion into the marketplace in the last 6 months, with more expected in the next few months. The market did and does need the stimulus, but it will have long-term implications on our buying power. The Gold Report comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to TFNN.com and order the Gold Report now. Protect your buying power. Order the Gold Report now.
You could be making money off the stock market. And if you're already making money off the stock market, you could be making a lot more. Check out TFNN and Tiger TV and get expert investing advice to give you the power to control your financial future. Go to TFNN.com and find the newsletter for you. Whether you're into trading gold, metals, futures, currencies, or options, you'll get advice and analysis to help you seriously get ahead. TFNN also features trading services with a 30-day money-back guarantee for new subscribers, as well as TFNN's Tiger Den trading room, trading software, and educational webinars for all trading levels. And make sure you check out Tiger TV for free on TFNN.com or TFNN's YouTube channel for live financial content from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern on market days. Stop watching on the sidelines while other people get rich and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We're taking a look at the Russell 2000 for Ruby in the Tiger's Den. She's in a short trade and just looking for some place to cover out here. So we've already confirmed that the 15-minute time frame, which she uses, has generated some bottoming signals. So we're moving from the 15 to the 30. So what we can see here on a 30-minute time frame, Ruby, is price is still below red oscillator and change line. For that time frame, this instrument is still bearish, directionally speaking, out here. There is an A to B equals CD down pattern. I can't draw it in with a tool on this set of charts out here, but you can see the bullish reversal candles. So in this case, a close above that oscillator and change line is going to suggest getting back to the 22.24 level. That's on the 30-minute time frame. It was 22.24 on the 15-minute time frame. The 120-minute chart, this has a, I don't know why I don't have a 60 out there, but I don't. The 120-minute chart has a TD9 count bottom. That TD9 count bottom is above the Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom previously at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon back on the 13th out there. So, yeah, this is giving you a bottoming signal at this stage. I don't know what else. If you take a look at the 240-minute chart out here, price is pulled back to support. That's its TD9 breakout level in the 22.15 area. So, yeah, everything here is suggesting, well, we can clearly see it's attempting to form a bottom. That's Russell 2000 equity future contract. I would say, you close it out now if you want, or wait for a close above the oscillator and change line on a 30-minute basis out there, and that would suggest that there's at least going to be more, or should be more, rally out there. So I hope that helps you out with regard to the Russell 2000 and what the charts are communicating to you. Thanks so much for the request and writing in. We've got another request out here. This one coming in from Tim A. And Tim says, can we comment on INSG? So let's switch back to our different panel charts out here, and let's get see what this is. INSG. INSG is Inseego Corp. Inseego Corp is trading right now towards the bottom of its, well, I take that back. It's trading below all profiles, daily, weekly, and monthly. You're at 854. The bottom of the monthly was 964. So not ideal, but let's go take a look at the white background charts. And give me a moment just to find those radio charts out here. And you're asking me to comment on it, but let's go take a look and see what it's actually doing. Whoa. Did I delete it? No. Okay. So let's take a look at INSG. And here's what we know. If this is going to bottom, today would likely be the bottom. I say likely. Today is going to be the bar following bar number 9. If there's a close below today's low, say tomorrow or the next day, definitely not a bottom. And that low so far is 846. Now, I don't know what today's low is going to be. So, Tim, you've got to circle back around and check that out at the close. I also have wave number 7. That's a letter G on my screen. So we have 2 potential bottoming signals, and we have a third one. The third one is the Rhodes Momentum Indicator pattern. Has been triggered. So, Tim, you're on the right track here to look at a bottom for INSG. The question is, let this thing prove itself to you. Now, your resistance, just so you can understand your reward risk, is 950. And price might get above that, but that's your resistance level. So this one becomes, it's just a quick trade, I would have to say. If we look at a 30-minute time frame, the 30-minute time frame at this stage here also has triggered a Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal, but price would need to close above probably 872 in order to generate okay, I'm ready to try to make that move higher. The weekly time frame for this doesn't look good. No signals or anything along those lines. That's what I mean when I say doesn't look good. So you're going to have to really rely upon the daily and the 30-minute time frame chart out here. And that's what I see when I take a look at INSG. So you're looking in the right spot. It just hasn't given the confirmation that you'd like to see, but perhaps that comes tomorrow. So keep an eye on that, Tim, and thanks so much for writing in. Hector and the fuel injectors. Hey, Hector, nice to hear from you. You want to take a look at Apple. So let me get that e-signal set of charts up here and get the set of profiles. So AAPL is the ticker symbol. In the case of Apple, well, I got a crowded chart. Let's get rid of some of this stuff. We can always add stuff back. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of the A to B equals CD for the time being. Let's just take a look at profiles. In profiles, Apple is trading above the top of the daily, weekly, and monthly charts. So that's bullish. Your question is, Isn't Apple's 4-hour chart screaming I am about to break out to test my all-time high at 145? So you're asking me about a 4-hour chart. So let's do this here. Let's add a 4-hour chart. So we got Apple. Punch that in. And for those of you not familiar with NinjaTrader, you're going to kind of see a little bit about how it works. So I just punch in the symbol here. Really just have to go to the time frame. Well, the time frame was a minute time frame. So let's get down to the minute time frame. What was requested, you can put in anything you want. What was requested here was a 4-hour chart, 4 times 6, 240. See how good I'm at math. And then I just need to determine how many days worth of data I want. And I'll just choose 150 for right now. And then I've got a template already set up, or should, for the 240-minute chart. So boom, we hit it. It'll go ahead and populate. It'll pop up as Apple. I'll just connect this to the other set of charts. That way, if I change one, we're all in the same thing. And your question is, does the 240-minute chart scream that I'm getting ready to break out? So here's what we know about the 240-minute chart. We know that its TD9 breakout level is at 136.01. We know that yesterday's or Friday's high was 135.47, so still below that area. We know there's a TD9 count top that is still in place. That TD9 count top occurring, well, let me get my cursor out here, and that was on the trading session of, this is a bar following bar number 9. It's 240-minute chart. What am I talking about? So that's at 130, and that was on the 14th. So that top has to be taken out. That high must be taken out, closed above. Hector, because price is so close to 136.01, it would be foolish for me to suggest, hey, just to close above 135, that's the high of that bar at 130, says breakout, knowing that at 136.01 there's a TD9 breakdown level. So is this chart bearish? The answer there is no, because you've got the valid top, but really just consolidating sideways out here. But I would say it would be the close above 136.01 on the 240-minute time frame chart. That would suggest that price is going to continue higher. Let's stick with Apple and go to the larger time frame now, the daily. And on the daily time frame chart for Apple, it too has a TD9 count top, and it too has resistance, and that's at 136.99. So even on a close above, and this close above would also have to be 135. So that's a daily time frame. So our daily time frame matching up with our intraday time frame tells us how important that is. But now we also know resistance right at 136.99. So not until price could take out that level, and I don't know if it will take out that level or not, could I really say that this is getting ready to scream and break out to the upside. Now, if price were above 136.99, hey, I'd be totally on board with that call. But on your chart, you may not have had the TD9 breakdown level. So now that we have them, they can assist us with understanding what Apple is communicating to us on its daily, on its 240. On its weekly time frame out here, price just sitting at that oscillator and change line, so it's sort of neutral at this stage here. And monthly looks bullish, looks neutral. TD9 count top, price holding support, the oscillator and change line, as well as the top of its profile out there. So it's sort of a neutral signal. So the bigger pictures are neutral at this stage here. And the 30-minute chart, nothing else there. So, Hector, I like the view, but now we've added the TD9 counts to it. We understand the resistance levels, and if price can clear those areas around 137, then it would be off to the races. Thanks so much for writing in. Have a magical Monday. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. Would love to hear from you too, folks. 877-927-6648 or Steve at TFNN.com.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Dow off 139, S&P 23, NASDAQ off 135. Russell is down 34. Spot volatility is dipped below from one-day rate of change below the 10%. I love what to be watching, but watch that come the end of the day. We've got another request that's come in. This one from Nick C. By the way, phone lines are open. Request lines are open both in the Tigers Den and by email. This is the last request that I've gotten. This is for Nick C. Nick wants to take a look at, he's looking to add a position in Freeport-McMoRan. FCX is a ticker symbol. And wants to take a look at the daily and weekly support areas. So, Nick, when I punch this up on the screen, we've got these 3 different time frames out here. What sticks out to me is this little sideways consolidation pattern. I think it is more clearly seen on the weekly. Certainly we can make that on the daily, but it's just really clear. And at this stage here, you're asking me for an entry price into a instrument today that hit the top of that consolidation is backed off. Now, it's in a neutral position because you can see that price is above the top of its bearish structured daily profile out here. So with regard to entry areas, if this is just like a counter trend move to the downside and it's going to try to bust out the consolidation, and I've got nothing to suggest that that's what's going to happen, but it could, obviously. First and foremost, your best entry point in the consolidation is towards the bottom of the consolidation. So that's clearly in the 31-ish type range, 3150, somewhere around there. We're not going to get exact to the tick out here. So that would truly be the answer to your question. However, before that can happen, again, we've got price 3 days ago closes above a bearish structured profile. That is bullish out there. And if price pulls back, another potential entry point would be 3483. Now, if it's pulling back into 3483, make sure it's doing it with less than 35 million shares out there. Otherwise, because it closed below 3483, would suggest 3098. And then you'd be starting to get back towards the bottom of that consolidation. That's what this set of charts shows us. Let's go take a look at my white background chart. White background chart. Let's begin with the daily. We don't have any kind of a topping pattern or signal out here, although, and there's not a full A to B equals CD to the upside. So even though today's bearish engulfing, I don't think that's a full A to B equals CD pattern. But we're right at the top of this consolidation. 3602 is a possible area of support. If price closed below that, that's the oscillator and change line, Nick. That would be suggesting at least 3483 or maybe that 3099 level. Weekly time frame. This has a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. Price is trying to get back below its oscillator and change line, just a few pennies below where we're trading. So this is giving you a signal. Yeah, okay, let's wait here. Monthly time frame chart for Freeport-McMoRan. It's got a TD9 count top at its TD9 breakdown level back at 3930. So this suggests pause. Aha. 30-minute chart. 30-minute chart forms a Rhodes momentum indicator top below its profile levels in bar number 8, but not going to form a TD9 count on this bar. Price has to get below bar number 6, so it could be between 2 and 3, you would see some type of TD9 bottom. If you don't, price should hit 36.23. If you see it close below 36.23, Nick, that's going to be your signal, or should be your signal, that price is getting ready to move lower inside that consolidation pattern. So is it 36.01 as the level? Is it 36.23? I don't know out here. But because of that consolidation that we looked at, this would suggest, well, really a couple of things. One, it would suggest being cautious, and would also suggest, and always suggest, taking a look at the Australian dollar, because this tracks it so much. So let's go do that. 0621. Let's take a look at, I think this is correct symbol for the future contract for the Australian dollar. So let's just give this a moment here to populate. Probably should have done it off screen. If I do it on screen, I've got to tell you a joke or something just to kind of take up the time it takes to populate. And I'm really not that great at, I love jokes. I'm just not that great at telling a joke, if you know what I mean. Okay, so if we take a look at the Australian dollar for its 30-minute time frame, it actually has a TD9 count bottom that has formed. It's under pressure, and a close below 0.7757 is going to suggest a move lower back to 0.7734. So another thing you could do, Nick, if you are trading FCX, you should really always pay attention to the Australian dollar. Watch this 30-minute chart. It seems like it's getting ready to crack. It hasn't completely cracked, but a daily time frame for the Australian dollar, what do we have out here? Kind of a similar look, so to speak, not up near the top of its consolidation, but above profile levels, above its oscillator and change line. So we're still going to go with the call of, be patient on Freeport McMoran, because it's up at the top of that weekly consolidation pattern. So best of luck. Thanks so much for writing in. And let's see, no other questions that I have out here. So that means we're just going to try to surf around, see what is of interest to folks. Let's go take a look at the main screen. And on the main screen, what do we want to look at? Let's look at the semiconductors out here. Let's do it this way. And let's look at it via the SMH, the ETF. That'll make it a little bit easier for me. So let's put up our 3 time frames. They're the ones that are getting trashed the most here today from an ETF standpoint, the SMH, the semiconductor index. And inside the SMH, we can see right now price is trading below the bottom of a daily profile. And that's at 246.58. Maybe signaling a change in trend. It did break out on the trading day of April 1st with 5.6 million shares, and so far today you're at 3.3. So it seems like volume is similar to that breakout level. Let's see what our other charts communicate to us. The weekly, and the monthly prices above the top of their profile level. So here's the daily. The daily does not have I take it back. Friday was a confirmed sell the D point. So here's your A to B point goes from this letter C to B. That's your A to B, the retracement down here, and then the move higher. See the bearish engulfing candle that formed out here on Friday? That was your signal for a move lower, confirming that Rhodes, confirming the A to B equals C, the sell the D point out there. With price below the bottom of its daily profile, this could be signaling to us that it's getting ready to pull back to 230.15. That is the message of the daily time frame. The weekly time frame out here shows prices below its oscillator and change line, wave number 7 at the top out there. This suggests price could pull back between the 214 to 224 level. So SMHs are signaling a continued move lower. The monthly time frame chart out here has a TD9 count top in place. That's suggesting, hey, I could pull back to 217. The 30-minute time frame chart for the SMHs shows what? Populate this, and it shows nothing. It doesn't show a bottoming pattern, although there certainly is an A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. So I take that back. The last half-hour session was a bull sash candle, and this would suggest that price inside the SMHs on a 30-minute basis are going to try to target a 246. 08, 246, 85-ish type area. So that's the message right now of the SMH. And we'll say courtesy of Hector, the 240-minute time frame chart, what does it show? It just simply shows that price is below its profile level and therefore suggesting lower price. So back to the SMHs here in the daily time frame, it is possible that 230.15 is in the cards, and I would say that at that spot, the most bearish thing, I'm referring directionally speaking, that's all. The most bearish thing for a continued move lower would be for the spot volatility index today to not generate a one-day rate of change above 10%. Look, if this were the end of the session right now at 9.66% as a one-day rate of change, no reason that the markets can't continue to move lower. And that was the semiconductor index. This is Steve Rhodes with TFNN. Dow's off 144, S&P 24 points. We'll be right back.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Markets can rise and fall like the tides. Subscribe to Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, and you too can ride the wave. Basil Chapman is an authority in technical analysis. His Chapman Wave trading system has been helping traders identify trends and capitalize on momentum in the markets since 1984. TFNN invites you to test Basil's proprietary Chapman Wave trading methodology with a monthly subscription to the Opening Call newsletter for only $149. Your subscription to the Opening Call comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, as well as daily market updates on key indexes, stocks, and commodities. Ride the wave. Sign up for the Opening Call risk-free today.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Boy, trying to find a chart here that I wanted to share with you. Yeah, here we go. So let me just change screens here. We'll come back to the currency pairs, just trying to maybe logically walk you through the last 2 minutes here, if that's possible for me. So first, we're going to begin by taking a look at gold. And what I want you to focus on is we're in the June contract. You can see the A to B equals CD pattern. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it out there. So that's certainly in play. But what we also know about Goldilocks is that gold made its way up to the top of its weekly profile. Now, it's using the June contract out here. And that's at 1778. So we know that gold has hit resistance. Now let's go over to the other set of charts out here. Share this. And now we're going to take a look at the currency pairs, just trying to put this all together. And I'm posing really a question because I don't have the answer here. But if we take a look at the U.S. dollar index, we know about the influencing factor. It's not 100% from a correlation standpoint, but we have gold moving back. We have the U.S. dollar moving back. The U.S. dollar today, the indice, is in the bar following bar number 9. So it's got the potential to form a TD9 count bottom. While at the same time, on the weekly basis, gold was hitting resistance, the top of that weekly profile at 1778. So that is set up for potential further move lower in gold, even though there's an A to B equals CD. That move lower might just be 1751. 1751 was the top of the daily profile out there. But if a TD9 count bottom holds inside the U.S. dollar index, that's its signal. Now, what the bulls want to see is they want to see this U.S. dollar index TD9 count bottom fail. And fail by heading down to the 90.13. That will go ahead and complete that A to B equals CD pattern, at least likely complete it. So that's what they'd like to see, but we don't know if that's going to happen. Now, the euro happened to negate its TD9 count top, and the yen, just below it, negated its TD9 count bottom. Both suggesting U.S. dollar index should get weaker. But if you take a look at the pound, that's just consolidating sideways out here. So we'll have our answer. We should have our answer tomorrow or the next day out here. But be careful. Gold has hit resistance. The U.S. dollar index has a valid TD9 count bottom. Folks, stay tuned for 2 more great hours, and I'll see you back here on Terrific Tuesday. Have a magical Monday.